And if you've listened to the show for any length of time, you know that I'm in love with Alvin Kamara. I don't love him. I am in love with him. Alvin Kamara and Joe Burrow, they're my boo things. Love them both. I have an unhealthy infatuation with the two of them. A lot of people have asked if the Saints should trade Alvin Kamara. And my answer to that is, you are plumb crazy. You are out of your bleeping mind if you think the Saints should trade Alvin Kamara. And I know what you're going to say. Hey, Matt, did you see the money that Carolina just gave Christian McCaffrey? Yes, I did. And I don't think the Saints should give Alvin Kamara Christian McCaffrey money, by the way. And you might also say, Matt, Ezekiel Elliott got $15 million per year. Le'Veon Bell got $13 million a year. Let's not forget, Alvin Kamara is not a bell cow. He is a complementary piece offensively. And he may want more. He may want a contract that more closely resembles what McCaffrey got or Zeke or Bell. He's not going to, because you can sit Alvin Kamara down and say, we love you, boo. The little bull ring in your nose and all. Adore it. The AK-47, you're our guy. And the lack in production last year, I get it. Knee, ankle injuries, you played through it. My guy, we love you here. We want you here for a long time. But you're not what those guys are, because we don't want you to be what they are, because those guys are going to play for 3 more years and fall off a cliff because they're just getting beaten into the ground. We want you to be Darren Sproles and play 10 more years and and still be making Pro Bowls in 10 years from now. So we're going to pay you and pay you handsomely, but we're not going to pay you $16 million a year. A couple of reasons for that the Saints could sit Alvin Kamara down and explain this. And Mike Triplett in this piece at ESPN.com points this out, and it's a great point. Kamara plays fewer than 70% of the Saints snaps. Less than 70% of the Saints snaps. Guys like McCaffrey, Elliott, Le'Veon Bell play 90% of their team snaps. Okay? So they're on the field much more, as you'd expect. They're bell cows. They're going to carry the ball 18, 20, 25 times. They're going to catch it 5, 7, 10 times a game. Yeah, I don't need that from Kamara. I need 5 to 7 carries, another 5 to 7 receptions, touch it 12, 15 times a game, make your impact, maybe put you out there in punt returns when we need a splash play. Want you fresh, because when we do put the ball in your hands, we need you to explode. And he's been awesome at that. There's also this notion that maybe Kamara might hold out if he doesn't get that money. Well, that would be futile, because under the new CBA, and this is another instance where the players lost in this CBA, by the way. Under the new CBA, a player will lose an accrued season if he fails to show up on his mandatory reporting date at the start of camp. Under the previous CBA, the player would lose that accrued season if he failed to report to training camp within 30 days of the start of the regular season. So they had a buffer where you could hold out for a part of camp and still get your accrued season. That, of course, matters for when you hit free agency. So to make this very simple, if Alvin Kamara holds out, even if he plays a full season, if he's not there under the new CBA for the start of mandatory training camp, he would lose an accrued season, which means that he would only be a restricted free agent after 2021 instead of an unrestricted free agent. Think about the difference. Like, the Saints could put a tender on you as a restricted free agent. Even if you're Taysom Hill, who got a first-round tender, which is going to guarantee you $7-8 million, whatever it is, that's nowhere near what you'd get if you're able, as an unrestricted free agent, able to go sign an unrestricted free agent contract. So all of the hand is with the franchise here, is with the New Orleans Saints. So Kamara's not going to hold out. They absolutely need him back in this offense, and they're going to pay him what he's worth, essentially. So I do believe Kamara is going to be back. And the other thing is, why would a team trade for Alvin Kamara, knowing that you're going to have to give up an asset to get a guy on an expiring contract. So you're gonna give up an asset to get a guy that you're gonna have to pay. That's a double whammy. Why not just wait, and if the Saints don't want to pay him, let him walk in free agency, and then you get him. You offer him a contract and you sign him without giving up the asset. So no, I don't think the Saints are going to trade Alvin Kamara. Here's the other part. Many of us are assuming this is going to be Drew Brees' last year in New Orleans. I know I am. It certainly seems that way. When Drew Brees walks, you're going to get cap relief because you're no longer going to be paying your quarterback $25 million a year. I don't care who's next. It's not going to be someone getting $25 million plus per year. That's one. Two, whoever is next ain't going to be Drew Brees. So wouldn't you like to give that guy as many weapons as possible? Doesn't it make you feel better in like the subcockles of your heart to know that whoever's next is going to be throwing to Mike Thomas and would have Alvin Kamara there and is going to have Ryan Ramczyk on the right side of the offensive line? Like, you see what I'm saying? Build up the rest of that offense to ease the transition for whoever is next. And Alvin Kamara is a big part of that. He is an awesome security blanket. He's had 81 catches on the number, by the way, in each of his 3 seasons. So, yes, the Saints need to sign Alvin Kamara. No, they do not need to trade Alvin Kamara. Yes, they can afford it. And yes, it's going to happen. And I really look forward to it because I love him.